And from there, really, there was no looking back for me. I was coming down off my methadone on an agreed reduction of 10% every week, which I was happy with, which was my decision and I was in control of, which I think is the most important part of it. I was making decisions for myself. It wasn't people saying, no, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. That was paramount, really, in my recovery, that I was doing it off my own back because I wanted to, and the choices I made were my decisions. I found it quite easy to actually come off the methadone. I think I was ready to. I didn't want to stay on it for any kind of length of time after I was off the smack and the rest of it. So with the support and the help and the advice I got at the rehab, I managed to come off my methadone within about 5 or 6 months. And I've been totally off it now for about 6 or 7 weeks, and I just feel great. It's awesome not to have to go to a chemist every day and go to doctors. And I just had enough of that, you know. So it just feels really great to be free and not have to kind of have a ball and chain around your ankle to still have to go to a chemist and drink it in front of people and all the rest of it that comes along with a methadone script.
It's like having my young child back again in adult form, how he was when he was a little boy. He's exuberant again, he's funny, he's happy, he's chunky, he's healthy, he's put on so much weight. He is just oozing peace.
There's lots of different ways to get off drugs and different ways work for different people, but the main problem I encountered with all the different doctors and key workers, healthcare professionals I took my problem to was that they just seemed happy to put me on a prescription and to think I was sorted. And it didn't help, it made me worse. I had an extra addiction to deal with, whether it be Valium or methadone. It just made me worse. And it wasn't until years later I realised that until I sorted my mental addiction out, that the cycle of always trying to come off drugs and going back on them would always continue until I changed my mental addiction. And the only way I could see of doing that was to go to rehab. And it was at rehab I learned life skills and learned how to basically hand over my problems to God and expect him to give me the strength and the willpower to get through them. And that's exactly what I experienced. And for the first time in my life, since my teenage years, I'm drug-free, and I'm happy, I'm content, and I'm looking forward to my future. Instead of dreading tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it and where my life's going to take me and the options that have opened up for me.
Kev's life has completely turned around since attending Livingstone's. He has now completed the course and is enjoying building a stable, drug-free life. His strong belief in God has carried him through the challenges he has faced since coming off drugs. Kev has remained at Livingstone's as a volunteer, where he hopes to help others to obtain the strength and faith that he feels helped him to overcome his addiction.